The next topic of corporate governance is common governance problems in the various corporate failures. So let us discuss the various problems in the corporate governance failure. As you know, the term corporate failure means the discontinuation of company's operations leading to the inability to reach sufficient profits and revenues and to pay the business expenses. It means that the company is not able to pay their expenses because they are not having sufficient profits. That is why the companies fail. And it may be also due to the poor management, incompetence, and also the bad marketing strategies. So first of all, I'll tell you what are the various symptoms of corporate failure from where you will judge that the company is failing. The basic symptoms of corporate failure are the low profitability. That is an indication that the company is not able to reap enough sales and they're not able to bear up the expenses or the cost. High gearing ratio. High gearing means that the company is using more of debt than equity. Debt means when outside funds are more used by the company. And low liquidity means that the company is having less liquid assets with them. Now, what are the causes of corporate failures? The first basic cause of the corporate failure is economic distress. Economic distress means that in sometimes there is a decline in the economy, and because of that there is a reduction in the activities of the entire economy, which affects the performance of the companies in that economy. For example, say if recession is going on, that means all the companies will the share prices will fall in that case. So economic distress is the cause that is at the level of the country level. Next is mismanagement. What is the meaning of mismanagement? Means improper use of resources by the workers or the employees, which means that they don't have managerial skills and experience, they don't have the capability, leadership, lack of teamwork, lack of coordination, and that is also due to which leads to the result of failure of a business. Another factor for the result of business failure that basically led to the scams in throughout the world is the technological causes, which means now these days advancement in technology and the modes of doing the business have been introduced, which are now different from the traditional ones. So if an industry fails to use that latest information, that is also the reason for the failure of the firm. The most important is the working capital. Now you just tell me, what is working capital? Working capital means current assets, as you know, CA, current assets minus current asset minus current liability. So when the company is going through financial distress, they have the most important problem of liquidity shortage. If the company is having if no insufficient funds, that means they cannot carry on the day-to-day operations of the enterprise, and the weak liquidity was the major cause of concern of major scams because they didn't have enough cash. Then is the fraudulent management. Fraudulent management means the most important is the managers have a personal greed. This greediness to get the money was the main cause because of the unfair means, and due to that greediness they had the falsification of the financial statements. That means the financial statements did not depict the true information. The next important point is the managerial inefficiency. The manager, in different scams, the CEO wanted to overexpand the business, though they had no money, and they used more of debt. Then there was ineffective sales force, the cost of production was high, and there was low productivity. Over expansion of business. As we have seen in the scams, most of the companies wanted to become a monopoly. Monopoly means they want to capture the small companies and they want to grow into a bigger one. So in the event of that, they had less funds and they inflated their profits. Ineffective sales work, when the production cost is very high, management is very poor, you cannot assess the risk in the future because you have to assess risk and return. There's liquidity crisis, there's lack of training and development, the capital is not adequate. There are certain social cultural factors which also affect the failures. The economy is unstable, the government forms some policy which affects your company and the company is a failure. Technological factors, the board of directors are ineffective, lack of communication, and unhealthy company culture. So these are some of the reasons for the corporate failures. Thank you so much.